There we go. What a delight. Oh God, why is it switching up? It's so weird. Testing. Alright, we got sights and sounds. Woo! Okay. No, stop, I'm doing it. I don't need that. I'm good. I don't need to do it. It's fine. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is put the content note in. That's very important. We're going to add that first. This game has a photosensitivity and epilepsy warning. If that is something that you need to be aware of, please do be aware of that. I have pinned it to the top of the chat. Ooh, back to back again. Alright. Hello everyone, my name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. Hello and welcome to your Yakuza and Like a Dragon stream. We stream all the Yakuza and Like a Dragon games. This is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It is a plot Wednesday. Very rare. Very rare. I tend to hold those over for Fridays. But, I don't think there's very much for it. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. How you doing, Will? Nice to see you. Will and Forsteed have contributed to Josh Stream with Josh. Thank you so much. Y'all are great. Whoa. What? Huh. What? I don't know what... Okay. I just want to see what it was. I hope everybody's having a nice day. Okay. Heat knocked me out for most of the day though. How are we doing? We're doing good. It's actually pretty chilly here now, at least for August. To me. I find it a little bit chilly, but I'm not mad about that at all. We're doing good. Tifa's been... I don't understand why Tifa, the cat, cannot, like, wiener at me for pets. Ooh. You know what? Yeah, let's go here for a second. I don't know why Tifa can't wiener at me for pets during any of the most of the other times of the day when I am not busy and can't... Very, very, very busy and cannot stop and pet her. Immediately. And she just sits there and scrabbles at me for like 20 minutes. Forstein, I'm doing the bathroom cupboards. Oh, nice. Oh, you're overwhelmed. I'm sorry. Mini toothpaste 7, big toothpaste. Yeah. No. When I consolidated all the stuff from moving, because like I had already done one big like cleanup where before we left Philly, even though like it didn't. I mean, I guess it did stick because I, you know, kept doing the same kind of principles to it, but, yeah, go, Dad, go! Holy shit, you just killed them all. Ooh.
Yes.
Afraid getting rid... Oh. It's gonna bring up feelings, but that was why I started... Oh, well, you didn't ask for suggestions, so I won't make any, but, I will just say when I, like, originally cleaned up the house and was trying to get organized, the amount of duplicate things that I found from, like, losing the thing and then buying another thing was frankly a little upsetting. We had not worked through all of those duplicates by the time we moved, And then in the move, we had like a group of, let's just do one of these. We had a group of thingies that was supposed to like come with, and then a group of thingies that was supposed to go to a storage until we could get like this house. And that got because the pods company do not use pods unless you absolutely have to. They suck giant ass, and I did not enjoy the experience at all. It was very stressful. They did not show up when they were supposed to. It was and they didn't show up like a day and a half after they were supposed to. Like, buddy, we are moving. Like, we gotta go. I got a lease on a new house. I gotta go. And they're just like, yeah, maybe it's on its way. What the fuck do you mean, maybe it's on its way? But, like, all of the stuff because they were so fuckity, like, fucked up and didn't give a shit about any of that stuff, we ended up having to, like the stuff that I had kind of very carefully separated out for like this to go here and this to go here, it got all jumbled up because we barely had any time to like fill these ding dangers up. And so then we had to buy new sets of all kinds of other frackin' toiletries and stuff because it all got put in the wrong thing because we were so like behind. Thanks pods. And like, I'm like, I don't do advertisement, but I'll tell you who sucks, and Pods sucks. Fuck Pods. I mean, although, like, honestly, if you have to use Pods, it's because, like, you're moving really far, and a U-Haul's not, like, reasonable, and then there's just, like, not a lot of other choices, unfortunately, and I think they fucking know that, and they don't give a shit. They're like, we'll keep all your stuff level in our pod. We're just it'll be level. Things aren't gonna, don't worry about it. It's not gonna all fall over. Don't even worry about it. And like, they brought this pod to the rental so that we could get our shit out of it. And like, literally tipped it up on the long end, and then shook it back and forth while I was like screaming at the man to stop, because I'm like, my fucking grandmother's heirlooms are in there. What the absolute shit are you doing? And they were just, and the man just did it. He was just like, la la la, and he just did whatever the fuck he wanted, and didn't listen to me at all, and it was a fucking horrible experience. Fuck pods. If you have to use them, it's because you don't have any other options, and I get that because we didn't either. But don't listen to their advertisements. It was not true to my experience, and expect them to like absolutely fuck you, because that is what they did to us. And like, I paid them like 12 grand for them to act like this. Do you know what I mean? Because it is that expensive to move halfway across the dingus big United States. And like, and they still acted like that. I was so angry. And so then, when we went to unpack everything here, it was the amount of thingies the amount of deodorant that I have, like, I've got like 4 years worth of deodorant because I just kept having to buy it, and it comes in packs. Like, that was, I had it out with a friend once because, like, her nosy ass decided, like, she wanted to go through my cupboards and shit. I don't fucking know why, but, like, nosy. Fine, whatever. she's like digging around in my kitchen cupboards being like, what do you got? And I'm just like, yeah, we're all having a normal time. And like, and then she finds out that I've got like, I don't know, too much like sloppy Joe sauce according to her. Well, here's what had happened. I do like a sloppy Joe. I'll eat a manwich. I love that shit. And like, I had gone to the store and seen that that the manwich was on sale and had bought it, and then did that like 4 more times because I kept forgetting that I had done it. And now I got somebody who's supposed to be my friend up in my cupboards fucking mocking me about it. A real bitch who ass situation, I gotta tell you. And like, did not mock me about the like extra manwich cans like one time, haha, we're having a little funny. Like, no, that was her favorite joke for like a year. And so I was just like, if you ever bring that up ever again, I'm not talking to you no more. No fucking more. Like, who the fuck does that? Hey, Pixie! Thank you for contributing to Josh Stream with Josh. I appreciate you. And then like literally want to pull like face on me, like she didn't understand why I would be mad about that. Like, you're kidding, right? Like, you don't get why that would be like some shit you need to fucking stop doing. Oh, you can't take a joke? Oh, let me come over to your house and start making a joke about you. Oh, you don't like that too much? Like, I made a joke once about your, like, about the way that she, like, had hung her toilet paper or whatever, like, underneath instead of on top or whatever. And then that was, like, we had to have a fucking come to Jesus fight about that shit because, like, oh, God, no, you can't make fun of me. I can make fun of you for a year, though. And that's just, you should just eat that. That's just teasing. I'm just teasing you. I can't tease you back, though, huh? Huh. Well, that's some shit you own, like, that's the thing, is I'm just like, I don't take that shit no more. I'm in my 40s. I'm not taking that shit no more. But when I was younger, I did. I did because I was like, it's not easy to make friends always, and so you want to see like the best in people, but then you ask them to stop doing shit and they're like, haha, I don't have to. And it's just like, do you not fucking care that you are like hurting my feelings at all? Ugh. I just thought it was funny because like she had made like a big deal about like it being over the top, you know, several times, and so I was like, lol, it's not over the top anymore, blah blah. And then like, oh, all of a sudden now we gotta have a talk about how people are being mean and like it's not right and you're sensitive. Okay, sure. Like, I'm not, like, I'm just like, if you're, don't tease me. I don't want to be teased. I don't, like, if you don't know that about me, then you definitely don't know me well enough to try. Alright, let's save. I think it was just a mistake. I mean, like, I don't personally care how people hang their toilet paper. Like, it's your life. Do what you want. The only reason why I made a joke about it is because she made a big deal about it beforehand. You know? I mean, I hang it over the top, but, like, I don't, it's fine. Who cares? I don't care. That's why I thought it was, like, an okay thing to be like, haha, I'm gonna tease you back. But it's like, oh, no, you're not allowed to. Oh, okay. I'm trying not to be angry about this person, but sometimes like shit just like hits me and I'm just like, why the fuck did I put up with that? But then it's just like, I mean, I know why, you know? Alright, let's go. Sorry, I didn't mean to go all there.
ここですよ、桐生さん。清流会の本部です。
Oh God.
はいはいはい。お待ちしていましたよ。こちらは万力ジャーナルです。
Who is this
なんだ
absolute dweeb?
皆さんご覧ください。伝説の極道が今、私たちの目の前に立っています。タタラチャンネルの告発で話題沸騰。桐生一馬氏です。
ああ、なるほど。再生数目当てのハイエナだ。
取材させてくださいよ、桐生さん。すごいっすね。自分死んだことにしてこそこそ隠れてきたわけでしょ。それが明るみに出て今どんな気持ちですか。ほら一言早く早く。
邪魔だ。
いって骨が折れたわ。
なんなのこの茶番は。
当たり屋か。
皆さん見ましたか、この凶暴性。これが桐生一馬という伝説の。
Oh! Now you've been wrecked.
遊びに付き合ってる気分じゃねえんだ。とっとと失せろ。
本当に病人なのこの人。
おい、ざっけんだよ。マジで骨が折れたじゃねえか。全部取ってやるぞ。
ほう、思ったより訓練があるじゃないか。
お前ら何やってんだ。行け、俺が取ってるからよ。
Look at this portrait and courage.
伝説のヤクザ桐生一馬と戦ったらめっちゃ弱かっただ。
こいつどの口で言ってんだか。
お仲間たちはビビって動けなくなってるみたいだけど。
大丈夫だ、話はついてるからよ。
Oh. You got an agreement with the Serdu clan?
こっちに来ることは海老名にはお見通しだったか。
ガセネタの配信といい、このお出迎えといい。
That same guy did try that on Ichiban too.
これが清流会からの宣戦布告ってとこだ。
ならどうする桐生さん。
決まってる。
Yeah!
売られた喧嘩は買うま
で。This is always his answer.
行くぞ。
ふかしてんじゃねえぞ。
Men's vice journalists? I feel like saying journalist is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Will says, aren't there laws about filming people without permission? I mean, it definitely depends on where you are. And I'm not sure what those laws are in Japan, but like, in the United States, I think you're allowed to kind of take pictures and film in public. There's no, it's all about like expectation of privacy here. And if there's not considered to be an expectation of privacy, like you're on the street, then like people can film you. And it's not illegal. It's rude, but it's not illegal. Well, that took him out. So you cannot like film someone in the United States. You cannot like film someone like inside their home, right? Or some other place where they have like an expectation of privacy. But like your employers can film you. I've worked places where my employers had cameras and were watching us. Like that's fine. I mean, like, they can't do it in the bathroom because there's an expectation of privacy. Japan has some strict laws about that. Yeah, I had thought that I had read that, but I'm not sure what the specifics are. So, I'm not sure. I am sure about what the laws are in the United States, which I specifically know because of discussing street photography in art history class.
さっき清流会の奴らと話がついてるって言っていたな。あれどういう意味だ。
いや、その
早く答えろ。でなきゃ折れた船を俺が直す。治る保証はねえけどな。
Oh shit.
タタラチャンネルから DM が来たんです。桐生さんが清流会の本部に来るはずだって。
What is
組の人が
this VTuber got against my dad?
発して動画を撮れと。
孫妃の予想通りだね。タタラチャンネルと海老名たちは繋がってた。
沢城もグーだ。春日がハワイへ行かされた。何か理由があって仕組まれて
どんな理由
た。ハワイの状況を聞いてみる。こういう時のために連絡用意。
連絡用意？
多分花輪さんって人だ。大道寺一派の人でよ。
The VTuber is a Seryu clan person, Will asks. That's an interesting theory.
ハワイは今夜中ですかね。みんな寝てんのかも。
That's not good. Oh no. Oh. Uh-oh. Stuff's going down. And we're loading. What happened? Chapter 9, Hard-Headed Woman. That's what my mama used to say about me all the time. She would be like, you got a hard head. You got to do everything the hard way. Meanwhile, back in Hawaii. Everything looks okay. Oh, we're back. We're flashbacked a bit.
一旦偉人町の俺の部屋で休んでてもらうみてえだ。
よかったです。じゃあ桐生さんの方はひとまず安心ですね。
へえ、しかし参ったな。茜さんがラニを守ろうとしてるって分かったまではいい。問題はそっからの足取りだ。
ええ、パレカナが血眼になって探しているのに どこでどうやって身を隠せているのか。そもそも茜さんたちは今も本当に無事でいるのか。
ちいちゃん、動画チャンネルの方にはなんか反応は？
いや、まだ来てないね。
やっぱり年寄りは動画なんて見ねえのかな。
これ見たら茜さんきっとメッセージくれると思うんですけどね。今私の方でもネットに拡散してるんです。友達に頼んだりして。ハワイに限って言えばそれなりの人に見られているはずです。
それなりの人ってどのくらい見られてんだ？
再生回数は5万を超えました。
え、なんだよ、すげえだろそれって。上出来じゃねえか。
I mean, I'd love to have that many.
お、大したもんだ。じゃあなんか裏技でも使ったのか？
まあネットで AI に何回もつぶやかせたりはしていますけど、やっぱり春日さんの動画が楽しいからですよ。
なあ、動画ってのは人に見られたらその分金が入ってくんだろ。そこそこ再生されたってんなら結
No.
構稼げたんじゃねえか。
甘いな。そもそも収益化するのにも条件があるの。チャンネルの登録者数だったり累計の再生数だったりね。このチャンネルはその条件をまだ全然クリアしてない。
Yeah.
なるほど、そう簡単なものじゃねえわけだ。
Oh no, Adachi thought that the ad payouts are high.
ちいちゃんもその手の話ずいぶん詳しいんだな。
そう、一番たちが知らなすぎなんだよ。
言われちまったな。で、この先どうするよ。茜さんを探す当ては。
It is adorable. A shiny blue thing. Thank you for contributing to Josh Stream with Josh. I appreciate that.
茜さんの所在さえつかめれば大道寺の支援は受けられそうです。特別便でハワイから脱出させる許可を取りました。もちろんラニという娘も一緒に。
そいつはありがてんだけどよ。俺いまいちあんたら大道寺一派っての信用していいのかわからねえ。
Yeah, fuck those guys.
そのお気持ちはごもっともです。私でさえなぜ一派が茜さんを保護したいのかはっきりしませんからね。ただしハワイ中で狙われる茜さんを安全に連れ出すのは
No.
あなた方だけでは不可能でしょう。海を越えるには我々の力が必要になる。違いますか？
ああ、そいつは認めるよ。けどそれもまず茜さんを見つけないことにはな。
私がパレカネから知らされた情報では、ばあさんたちが最後に確認された場所はナイトスクエアだ。
ばあさんって言うんじゃねえ、茜さんだ。
ナイトスクエアっていうと病たちの縄張りですよね。
病とは手打ちになったってのにまたあそこに行けってのか。揉め事にならなきゃいいが、だいたいその目撃情報っていつのだ？
二人が逃げ出したその日だ。もう半月ほど前になる。
そんな前の情報当てになるのかな。
聞く気がないなら結構だ。ただあそこは病のおかげでパレカナの目が比較的届きにくい。
なるほど。病はブライスの傘下に下っていませんからね。
長いことばあさんたちが見つからないというなら、
Yeah, it's really good
日本の
music.
潜伏場所だろう。もちろんまだ無事でいるならという前提。
Buddy, that's her son. Do not say that.
春日、養護施設はもう当たったし、他に当てもね
なあ、ナイトスクエア行ってみようぜ。まずはこの前の堀市のおばちゃんとこ行くか。情報通だって話だったよな。
またあそこに行くのか。
え。そう言うな。前も言ったろ。現場百遍ってやつだよ。
へいへい。
Hey, hey.
だがさすがに今日はもうやめとくか。
だな。明日に備えて今日は休もうぜ。
Okay. guess we're resting. I told Josh he better get ready. Y'all are like destroying that challenge. We've got to find something on Akane-san soon.
Ah.
Yeah. Can't let Palikani get to her before us. Okay, let's see if that old tattoo lady... Oh, y'all. I'm sorry. No, getting a little froggy. Okay, let's see if that old tattoo lady knows anything. Bryce's influence has brought the Barracudas and the Ganji to greater levels of aggression. Enemies have become stronger. Sick! I love it!
言うまでもねえけど、俺らはもうだいぶ面が割れてる。ブライスが糸引いてる以上、ハワイにいる間は一瞬も油断できねえぞ。
だな。俺らが隙見せたら、きっと連中は問答無用で襲ってくる。
じゃあ、私たちもこれまで以上に力合わせないとね。
Wait, what's... Oh, I know what's going on. I'm like, what's going on? There's some completions that are shared between, Ichi and, Kiryu, so there's some stuff that I'm getting from the Kiryu side. Ooh. It just keeps going. Oh no, it's one of these thingies. Fucking ball sacks. Alright, fine. I'll go the way you want me to go, since you're making me. And you played this spoopy music, which... It's a lot easier to ignore when it's not headphones. Oh, here they come. Jeez. They're really running. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, Barracuda Ganchi Alliance. Alright. I didn't even check anyone's gear. Whoops. Okay, so I'm hydrating. Stretch. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, and I have sat up because Pixie always knows when I'm slumping. Ah! Oh God. I gotta check their gear. This is some wienerly stuff. Oh no, everyone's got their wiener gear on. I don't want that. I gotta fix this. Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, fixing it now. I always yeah, look at that. He didn't even have a hat. I forgot about gear completely. Some of this makeup I bought when Target Canada still existed. Oh, pre-2015. I have some old makeup. It's good. I did go through my nail polish and get rid of all the stuff that's not good. not good anymore because, yeah. Because it's just, like, you want your nail polish to, like, do nail polish stuff. And this had gotten gloopy. Nobody wants the nail polish to be gloopy. Okay. Oh, man, he got nothing on! Oh. Boo, I did this, like, nothing, no gear whatsoever. Whoopsie doodle. Where's the football? There we go. I got too many things, y'all, it's fine. Yeah, Naba doesn't need it. He's not a part of the story right now. Okay. Oh my god. No freaking wonder. It's like, why is he doing such wiener damage? It's because he doesn't have any... He doesn't have anything good. Whoops, 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 whoops. Iron Gaeta. That's pretty good. Yeah. And the ring of the master. Wait a minute. What gerb levels are... Ah, gerbs. Yeah, I know you got new gerbs. Dang it. I don't need his stats. Fine. Where's he? This is a Desperado 22. Okay. This is Kunoichi 20. Linebacker is 22. Okay. Stats. Alright, her stats are pretty good. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give her one of the thingies that helps you get more items, because the items are good for crafting, and I love the crafting in this game. So that's what I was checking on. It's like, who can take get more items thingy? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I had this, like, stub of a lipstick that I had bought, like, and I loved it, and they discontinued it because it was, like, sparkly pink, but it also kind of smelled, it was a lipstick, but it was light pink, and it had pink sparkles in it, but it also kind of smelled like watermelon. And then they discontinued it, and then I couldn't get it anymore, and then I just had this, like, nub of the tube for years that I was just hanging on to, like, no, it's my favorite. And then I did eventually throw it away because, like, lipstick is not forever, unfortunately. Okay. Now we can proceed. I mean, I do like the nice makeup. I haven't been wearing makeup too much, but I would like to at some point wear it more. 'Cause I do like it. I just like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel very good, and also I got a lot going on. It's hard to remember to do it. Yeah, whatever you say.
Any last words?
Ooh, y'all, I got, man, fuck these chuckleheads. I got a gift certificate to Amazon for my birthday, and so I was picking out what I wanted to get, and I'm trying. It's been like kind of hard to read in the same way since I got COVID, and so I guess I kind of like, in a way, kind of almost avoided it, but because it's like, I don't know, it just sucks not to be able to do something that you're really good at for forever. But I'm trying to like get back into it. Nice. Because I do love reading. And I've been like walking my way up to doing it more. So I bought some books. I got a book about kintsugi, which is like like Japanese decorative mending, which I've been interested in since I learned about it in my art history class. I got a book about it's like art crit, but it's about video games. It's called Games Agency as Art. Yeah, and I just broke something that I could definitely, like, you know, I'd be interested in getting maybe a kintsugi kit and trying to fix it. But I think this is like more about the like traditional methods and the history of it than about the like things you can buy to like do it now. Which you can get little kits for it, which is neat. But like, you know, obviously it's gonna be different how they did it like traditionally. Isn't that like weird smoothie man? Are you around here? Where's the weird smoothie man? Well, fuck it. I don't care about you no more, weird smoothie man. I can't find you. If I can't find it, I don't care. Oh! Are you the... Weird smoothie man is like turned off. Well, fuck him then. Let's go. Yeah, one's like a book about like it's like called the Animator's Handbook or the Animation School Book or like an animation like survival guide or something like that. I think it's a textbook for like animators. But the thing about me is I really like buying art textbooks and then just reading them. Could be because of the thing going on? I've lost the thread. I'm sorry. Ooh, garbage. I love garbage, y'all. That's how we. Oh no, it's how we get underpants. I do not want underpants from the garbage. I can need to sell these garbage underpants. They're just clogging up my inventory. Wait, where are we going? I'll fight you too.
You'll regret this.
Like, there's always a lot more, like, reading in art education than people think. There's, like, more books and stuff than I think people think that there would be. Because I think people just don't know too much about how art education works anymore, because we're just not giving it out to people. You have to go look for it yourself. And so it's not, like, everybody's not getting it, so, like, of course they don't know. But, I'm just, like, interested in, like, all different kinds and parts of art. So, like, I have a book about, like, the history of graphic design, and that's, like, clearly a textbook. Bad news up ahead. Alright. Oh, we can't go that way. Oh. Okay. Just take the marker off. It's not helping. I got books that are just about, like, the ukiyo-e period. I got books that are about, like, different kinds of, like, the history of, like, pigments. I got books about, like, I have an incredible, gigantic biography of, Vincent van Gogh that includes, like, all of the letters, that they have. They have his letters to his brother Theo. They don't have very many of, like, Theo's to him. So a lot of times we have to, like, assume what was said based on what Vincent said back. Because, like, Vincent, you know, he didn't always live in the most stable circumstances, so he was not exactly, like, keeping track of his correspondence in the same way.
Huh?
I have post-COVID trouble reading also, although part of it is building my stamina back up with things in general. I'm slowly more able to watch a whole movie. Yeah, it's been, like, trying to get, like, stamina back has been difficult. For, like, all kinds of things you wouldn't even think of. Like, Josh has bought me these, like, lovely books, and I have gotten some books. Some of the things that I got, are, like, I have some old stuff that I got before that's about, like, video game box art. And, like, I think what I need to do is just, like, have several going at the same time might help. Because I was reading one thing, but then, like, that got kind of a little cumbersome, and it's like, maybe I should switch to, like, the Jejonium. The Jejonium. I just said the Jejonium like you're supposed to know what that is. I have several, like, Jejonicals and Jejoniums, which are just, like art design books from JoJo. Nice! Good job on the bathroom. You did it! Yeah! Round of applause for Forstein. Doing the hard stuff. Weird lipstick is a gender for me. I know, yeah, that's like my one, like, sadness about masking, because, like, for the most part, I'm just like, it's fine. I'm very used to it now. It's not a big deal. But, yeah, you can't really do lipstick with it. So it's just kind of for selfies now. Pixie! Thank you for the bits! Woohoo! Oh, I didn't even know that was there. I gotta get coconuts. This is like, it takes a lot of coconuts to like make things. And Kiryu needs to make things, or like at least have the things. That was like a thing. I was trying to get Kiryu's like full completion for like, you have to make items. But I made all these items and used up all the coconuts. There is not a good way to get coconuts when you're in Japan. There we go. Josh is really good at picking out presents for people too. Like he bought me a book. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I did just start it. About like fashion and gender in like Japanese fashion culture. It's a little more scholarly, so I can only read like a few pages at a time, but it's very interesting. Megan! Thank you for contributing to Josh Stream with Josh. Yeah, I'll take a picture of the cover of it and put it in the Discord. If I forget, somebody remind me. I also got a book about different kinds of decorative mending. I have bought a book called The Mending Directory, and it's fine. It's fine. It's got like good pictures and stuff, and it kind of tells you stuff, but Bubby, what's going on here? You weren't... Okay. He looks like he's ready to run. I'll fight you!
I'll take your life.
Yeah, I just like am in the introduction so far, so I don't really have anything of like a kind of review of it, except that it seems like it's a scholarly piece, but that's cool. But yeah, I want to learn about like decorative mending, like not just to make patterns and stuff, but like I think my hand sewing I think is very good. But I don't know some stuff that I would like to know about, like cuz you know, I was showing it to Josh, and like not in a mean way, but he was like, "Do you really need this? Like, aren't you already really good at sewing?" And I was like, "Well, thank you, that's very sweet. But I don't know how to mend like knitwear in such a way that it doesn't leave like a big gobber of like weird thread." And it's like stuff like that. Like, how do you do it in such a way? Like, I know how to close up a hole. I know how to put a button on. I know how to close up a hole. But like depending on where it is, sometimes you end up with this bit that like looks crappy or kind of feels crappy, you know? And so like the idea of like not only like finding a way, you know, I'm like, I know there's ways to like mend anything, but I'm like, I don't know what they are, but I do want to know. So I bought a book to go with my decorative mending that I was like, it's a lot. I don't know. I felt like the pictures are good, but the instructions, I don't know. I need to look at it a little bit more. It's a lot of decorative and a little less mending. So I'm hoping this book about like Japanese boro stitching and mending might have some more like instructions on like, I don't know, placement, specific fabrics, stuff like that. I don't like throwing stuff away. If I can fix something, I definitely will. Okay, we made it. There they are. Get them. Like, sometimes there's stuff, like, where you're just, like, can you mend something where the fabric is like, thinning? Like, that is something I'm, like, curious about. Like, if the fabric has gotten, like, if it's gotten like really thin all over, it's and like to the point where like you're gonna pull the stitches out anyway, at that point it's just gone basically, and then you need to like, I don't know, cut it up for rags or whatever. But no, you're not. But if it's just one part of an item that's like thinned out, it seems like you ought to be able to like reinforce the fabric so that you can still use it, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, it seems pretty clear to me that that's something that should work, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it. Like, you know, do you patch it? Do you like weave in like different threads to like go? I don't know. I'd like to know though. Oh, we got flippy guys. I learned how to mend from an old home ec textbook, and then we did a lot of stockings when I still wore those a lot. I can see if I can find it. It's like vertical and horizontal stitching until you get to the hole, if there's a hole, and then it makes a flat mend. Yeah, see, that's the stuff that I don't know how to do. I try to make just like tiny stitches or like tiny whip stitching, but like tiny whips, like very tiny whip stitching will get you a lot of places, but like not everywhere. You know what I mean? What else did I get? Oh, I also bought a book that's like, it's an art book of the first, like it's a reproduction of the first, like, kind of color swatching, like the first like widely spread color swatching, like kind of the progenitor to Pantone. It's like the guide to natural colors. and it's like all these colors and then like a description of like their appearance in the natural world, and it's just this like book of like colors, like old and that like naturalists used it back before, you know, back when we were calling people naturalists and not like, you know, botanists. But when they were inventing botany and like all of them, you know, natural sciences, they needed like, you know, color references so that you could be like, it's this color. Which is always why you need swatching, and I just thought that was like a neat little thing. So I like historical like art books like that. I just like books about art. Like I'll buy an art textbook and just read it. I got art elements, graphic design principles. I've read that. Like, I've read both, Understanding Comics and, Creating Comics by, which are, like, such great books. They're by Scott, I don't remember the last name, but, like, they're fantastic because, like, Understanding Comics and the one that's making comics, because there's two, they're written as comics, which I've always thought was so cool. I have a book that's just like rock posters. I also have a book of just like punk posters. So I like art history books. I like coffee table art books. I like books about like specific art movements. I like how-to books. You name it. Get him! Nice! She scrubbed him to death. You get scrubbed to death like a wiener. Oh man, there's this publisher called Bitmap Books, and I just want all their books because it's all about like
Really pissing me off.
the history of different video game genres, the history of different video game like consoles, and they're beautiful, and they're like they have these beautiful plates. Video game box art. There's one that's called Games That Weren't. Like, yes! I love it! The man fell over. They have a book that's just about the art of point-and-click adventure games. What a delight! Those games have fantastic art. Uh-oh. Oh, so you're one of these weirdos. Alright. The zippy guys you gotta get with magic. I will. Nice! I still don't have all the JoJo's. I need to work on that. Like all the manga volumes. I would like to have them all, but I do not. Excuse me, I'm getting coconuts. Fuck off! Oh, y'all! Josh and I watched Only the Strong last night, and it was amazing. Only the Strong is a movie about capoeira. It is, as far as I know, one of the only American movies about capoeira. And that's a shame, because capoeira films beautifully. It's like a type of like, it's like traditional Brazilian kind of like dance fighting. If you've played Tekken, you're probably familiar with capoeira, at least from in general. Only the Strong goes hard as shit. Oh, and I kept being like, oh my god, these 80s ass clothes. The jeans, waist up to your armpits, and everything very hard. Like, they did not... Putting little, just a touch of spandex and things was fucking genius. Like, cause like, the jeans in the 1980s, the denim was stiff, and it was very thick. And the waists were really high. A lot of times they went down to very small, like, pegged, like ankles. So, like, pegging your jeans is like rolling them over, so that the, like, legs are as tight as possible. Then some of them had, like, zippers on them, so you would, like, unzip them, get your foot through, and then zip them back up. Which I don't think is, it was not a great look on me. I think it's a great look for some people, but I am not one of those people.
Thank you very much.
And I just hated them because the waistband, like, I cannot abide a hard waistband. I just can't do it. We gotta give the kitty some food. Like, them jeans was hard. They could stand up by themselves. What is this? I'm gonna do this. It said it was a bonus. I'll get you. Oh, and the vests? The vests with the, like, the black back, right? Like, kind of polyester, solid black back. And, like, upholstered almost, like, vest sides, and they had that, they had a little thing in the back where you could, like, tighten up the vest. Like, they always had this little, like, tiny vest belt on the back of the vest that I was like, I do not understand what this is for. The evil capoeira man in the movie wears a vest that has that black back on it, but it is like fully rhinestoned out. Not even just with rhinestones, with just like honking plastic jewels, like you would give to a child who wanted to play princess. I was just like, that vest must weigh like 5 pounds. Just like the true. That's the thing, is like, I feel like a lot of younger people are getting like 80s looks from like people interpreting like the vibe of the 1980s through like a modern lens. The actual clothing of the 1980s is not to be emulated at all. It was so uncomfortable. No one wants to. It's always toned way down because no one wants to look that goofy. Like, because I was like, okay, when is this set? With the jeans, this could be the like early 90s, maybe the late 80s, early 90s. But then I saw a girl with like the bangs, and I was like, okay, we're definitely in the 80s. Unless it's 1990, which is the most 80s part of the 80s. But yeah, everything was stiff. Everything was scratchy. Everything, like, all the clothes were very thick. And hard. Everybody wanted to wear just like ass tons of belts. And I hate belts. Because I cannot abide anything hard on my waist. Oh, and everybody was wearing those like turtleneck dickies. Like fake turtlenecks. You're not even wearing a real turtleneck. You have a turtleneck part, and then the rest of it is just fake. It's just this square piece of fabric with a turtleneck hole through it that you wear under your shirt. And I cannot also abide anything touching my neck. So just full on misery business for me, like the entire time. And having to get like my hair permed. I did not ask to have my hair permed the first time it was permed. I did not ask any of the times my hair was permed. My mother just took me to the hairdresser, and like I got a perm because that's what everybody was doing. I think she was trying to help me like fit in, which was, you know, I get it, but like I hated the whole process. Oh, the uncomfortable, noisy, swishy fabrics. Firstine says, Ortega to Go has contributed to Josh Street with Josh. Thank you. Yeah, full-on sensory nightmare. The hairspray smell, but not just the hairspray smell, but the hairspray feel. Like because there's no way to put that much hairspray on and just get it on your hair. It is on your face. People used hairspray as like setting spray for their makeup. I would die. The sticky ass, stinky. Oh, because they didn't have setting spray. Have you seen the VHS tape for the 80s about makeup called The Eyes Have It? It's a total nightmare. I have not. Elpina, thank you for contributing to Josh Stream with Josh. Thank you. Oh, and like, heaven fucking forbid you get the like hairspray on your glasses. It's over. Your life is ruined. everything's ruined, everything's bad. You could get hairspray on your glasses just by walking through a, like, women's bathroom. And I don't like curling irons either. So it was just a real bad time to be me. Yeah, I'm not gonna get my guts ripped out. Whatever. Because Josh hadn't seen Only the Strong, because, you know, it's a cult classic, I feel like. But, you know, that means it's like, it's a cult classic. That means not everybody's seen it. But like, more people should see it. It's definitely more like, it is in the vein of like a type of Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, but like way better. No, I mean, and I've seen probably every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, at least up until a certain point, because like my mother, a huge fan. Like, it's not a joke fandom. She's just a fan. Y'all, do y'all remember well, maybe you don't. Some of y'all might be too young for this, but many years ago, making jokes about Chuck Norris was like the internet thing. Many years ago. And my mother got mad about it. Like, even Chuck Norris didn't care, because it was mostly jokes about how he was like super strong or whatever. Nobody was making jokes about his like kicking pants. Except me. Not everybody had read them issues of Black Belt magazine, but I did. Until he milkshake ducked. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, for real. Fuck Chuck Norris. He's being stalked by every criminal in Japan. Not Japan, in Hawaii. Whatever. I can take him. But yeah, Cindy was really like, stop making fun of Chuck Norris. And I'm like, okay, first of all, people aren't actually making fun of Chuck Norris. You realize that, right? And she didn't. But also, like, I don't know how to say this without feeling like I want to cringe my skin off, but I'm just gonna have to buckle down and do it. My mother does not call this man Chuck Norris, okay? That is his name. No, she calls him Chucky Baby, and I'm just like, stop it. Please stop it. Go get some help. There's some movie about Chuck Norris on a train with some woman dressed as a nun. Is she not no nun? Fire Walker, maybe? And, I swear to God, I think, I'm like, I've seen so many Chuck Norris movies because my mother loves Chuck Norris. We had a tape. Like, y'all, we had a, like, back in the day, we did not have cable. And we didn't have a satellite, and we lived so far out in the fucking boondocks of Alabama that we couldn't even get the rabbit ears to work. Like, if you held the thingy in the right way and prayed to Jesus and the weather was right, you could get a very, very scratchy like, public television. I'm like, I almost said PBS, and I was like, it's not PBS, it's APT in Alabama, and I was just like, oh, who fucking cares? Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know about it. Now everyone else has to know about it too, so I will not, like, we all have to join in the cringing so that I don't have to feel it so acutely myself. But yeah, like, we had, like, a bunch of tapes that we had, like, taped stuff, or that somebody, I don't think it was me, had, like, taped stuff, because at that point I would have been quite young, and probably would not have known how to do that. But we had a VHS tape that was on, like, a 6-hour, because you could do them, like, good, you could tape stuff, higher quality? It was supposed to be higher quality, and then they'd be like, yeah, you could get like 2-ish hours on here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where would... But like, if you did it at the lower quality, then you could get 6 hours on the tape. You know, everybody was shoving 6 hours of TV on them tapes. And we had a tape that had Kickboxer, the Jean-Claude Kickboxer, where he ain't even hardly in that one, I don't think. And then it was like a Jean-Claude triple feature. It was Kickboxer. No, he is. Kickboxer is the one where he, like, I know this because I have seen this movie. All of the movies on this tape, I think I must have seen like 30 or 40 times. Because Kickboxer is the one, I think, where he, like, wraps his hands up. Is that Jean-Claude? Yeah, it's Jean-Claude, I think. It's been years, but I think it's the one where he's supposed to be in a kickboxing tournament, and then for some reason, the thing I remember most about it is that he, like, wraps his hands up in, like, bandage wrappings, and then everybody dips their hands in, like, glue or some shit, and then, like, broken glass, which is, like... As a kid, I was like, whoa! And now I'm like, that would never happen. What are you talking about? So it had that, and Bloodsport, and No Retreat, No Surrender, which, Jean-Claude is in that one. He just plays a bad guy, and he's not in it for very long. No Retreat, No Surrender is just the fucking worst movie. It's hilarious. It's so bad. It's so bad, though. I mean, I love it, too. But, like, wow. Out of those 3 movies, one of them is definitely not like the other. Yeah, I've seen Bloodsport, like... Out of those 3, we watched Bloodsport, like, over and over and over. I swear to God, I think I've seen Bloodsport probably, like, maybe so many times. I wouldn't even be able to guess. So when Josh and I first got together, I don't remember how it came up, but I was like, whoa, you've never seen Bloodsport? You don't know about the Kumite! And then I watched it, and I was like, we have to watch Bloodsport! So you can know about the Kumite. And also that, like, that's not real. None of that shit ever happened. Frank Dukes made all that shit up. And nobody checked. It sounds like wild honking nonsense. And then for years it was just like, nah, he just, like, went to, like, you know, he just met some Japanese guy who taught him his secret fighting ways, and then he went to Hong Kong and won the Kumite, where, like, fuck tons of people die all the time, and yet nobody ever hears about them. The best fighters from all over the world. I mean, you can't be mad at him for lying about that because, like, you know, I mean, that is the story of, like, every fighting game. But also, like, nobody thinks that the plot line of Street Fighter is real. You can't tell people that Street Fighter really happened. That's not true.
Get ready for this.
Black Belt Magazine has an amount to answer for. The reason how he got found out is a reporter checked. A reporter from the, is it LA Times? I don't remember what the big newspaper in LA is. Or if it maybe was a different one at the time. But, like, there was a reporter in LA who checked up on it. I think maybe, and then there was a court battle because him and his best friend Jean-Claude ended up going to court. And, like, Frank Dukes, who, like, you know you made all that shit up, went to court. He is the one who sued Jean-Claude Van Damme and like some production company or whatever. And then of course it all came out because, buddy, you're in court now. Now you gotta produce documents. If you want to make up shit, do not go to court. Amazing. I feel like Frank Dukes is in like a Forstine, I know you said you finally watched the Minecraft, or was it Minecraft? Oh, you said you finally watched the Roblox. It was the Roblox oof video, the H-bomb one. I feel like Frank Dukes is in the Tommy Tallarico kind of arena, where you're just like, why would you even lie about that? It doesn't make sense. I guess lying is like stealing. If you do it at like a certain volume, people just give up. Cause it's like too hard to pin the person down. You're just gonna make up more shit later.
Huh?
And now I get to live in a country where people like Frank Dukes are fucking running things. I fucking hate it here. Dance it out! I bet this takes them all out. Oh God! Y'all, back before the internet, you could just say things, and people did not have a way to check. Not a good way. Or somebody would be like, hey, do you know blah blah blah? And you'd be like, no, I don't actually know. And then you'd both sort of stand there and be like, huh, well, I wonder what the answer is. And then you just have to be like, I guess we'll never know. Ugh, eat that berry. Damn, they got that man. All his bones fell out. And now you can ask the internet and AI will tell you that it should be eating rocks. Yeah, I feel like we've gone backwards.
Welcome.
I would not say that I know a lot about computer, okay? Because I don't. But like I know enough to know that computer is not magic. It's not a magic man. You know what I mean? It's not a wizard. It's just a thingy. It's not a wizard any more than a hammer is a wizard. It's just a tool. And it can only do, like, you know, what it's programmed to do by people who are doing the programming. And, like, you know, that's not better. So, like, garbage in, garbage out, right? You put, like, crap into it, you're gonna get crap out of it. Like, just because it's computer, that doesn't change that. And, like, just because it can, like, output crap really fast, that doesn't mean it's right. But I feel like a lot of people don't know that, and it makes me worry. Damn. What else do we get? Wait, can we make a better gun? Oh, yes. Where do I get the Desperados revolver? I want the Desperados revolver. The thing that I can't believe is not that people don't, like, that people think that the computer, like, is magic. That's not surprising to me. Like, I mean, I don't really know how the TV works. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, things are really complicated. And there's only so many things you can, like, know. But let's see, infinite. I'm looking up Desperado revolver. Yeah. Where is it? Thank you to the Yakuza Games subreddit and the user Carbs Enjoyer, who has made a list. Thank you, Carbs Enjoyer. I too am a Carbs Enjoyer, and I appreciate that. Oh, it's the freaking... Okay. It's at the Shogi. Oh. I don't know if we're going to be getting that, because I don't really want to do Shogi. But, like, what I can't believe... I mean, except I can believe it. But, like... They have just rolled this, like, shit out. And it doesn't work. Like... And nobody cares. Amazing. This just simply don't do... It don't. And it's just like, no, it can't do that. And people are like, but what if it could? But it doesn't. And, like, I just... Like, you all got all, like, fucked up because, like, you all, the tech guys, y'all got all fucked up because, like, the interest rates went up and your free money faucet got shut off, so you decided to just, like, make up bullshit about, like, garbage that's impossible, and now we're all being treated to the fucking Elizabeth Holmes Theranos experiment, because it ain't never gonna do that. Like, it's just not. And it's, like, dangus shit to think that it will. A lot of this stuff, and you're just like, that's just not how anything works, man. And it makes me feel like I'm fucking losing my mind. Like, and it's like, and it's not, it's like, to me, this is like, it's worse than the NFT shit and worse than the crypto shit, because like, that stuff was already bad enough for like what it was doing to the environment and whatnot, but it's like, now we gotta deal with CEOs who also don't know fuck about nothing getting involved in just being like, oh yeah, like we'll just bring in, you know, robots to do your job. That's what I've been wanting the whole time, is to just get rid of all these stinky people. And like, people are losing their jobs in a capitalist system where not like having income is like, could genuinely be a threat to your like actual ability to live, and people are doing that off of lies. And that's why I'm a lot madder about this one, because, you know, I mean, like, this shit is lies. It's never gonna work that way. In a year, this is all gonna be down the toilet, and like, and we're gonna be back to like normal automation, and not like pretending like you can make, you know, a human person out of a machine computer, because you can't do that. And like, but like, are those people gonna get their jobs back? No. They're just gonna be like, well, it's okay if everything's shittier because I'm rich, and so I get good service no matter what. And then things are just gonna keep getting shittier and worse. None of them people are gonna get their jobs back. The thing about generative AI in art and writing and like all the ways is that it's an issue of theft, and it's a labor issue. And you cannot call yourself any kind of leftist if you're like, yeah, I'm into that, because like, using AI art is scabbing. Like, people are literally losing their jobs. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's not even just like, oh, it's stolen. It is stolen, but apparently no one seems to care. We just steal from artists and we don't care. But I'm like, you are you're like scabbing. When you use AI art, you're scabbing. Because you're stealing someone else's labor, and people have lost their jobs. That's scabbing. The end. And like, people are like, I don't know if we should call it scabbing, and I'm like, well, I think that we should. Because yes, they were.
ナイトスクエアになんか用事があったのか。
どうだろうな。単に通り過ぎただけってことかもしれねえし。
Can we please have our conversation? Thank you. Fuck off. All right, now I can fight you.
You can't run from me.
I mean, like, there's a reason why everything that AI puts out looks like the same. It's because it's eating itself. And like, it's not even my job. I don't have a job making art. The kind of art I make, there's not jobs in that. But like, I as an artist have solidarity with other artists, and I do not want other artists to lose their jobs. ability to get work for art gets worse every year. And that's the thing too. The thing that pisses me off the most, and I don't think that this has been adequately discussed, is that these fucking dickholes are acting like artists put their art up on the internet for just everyone to steal for no reason. Like, right? Like, we all just decided, like, randomly to, like, I don't know, brag or, like, put stuff up for like, anyone to just take or whatever. But, like, for years, everyone in the arts has been told you have to have an online portfolio. In the same way that we all used to have to make fucking slides, now everyone has to make an online portfolio that you can fucking send to galleries and anyone else. Like, that's the shit that I'm yes, I was sending stuff to galleries about, like, you know, individual pieces, but they also wanted to look at the rest of your work. And, like, we were all told professionally to put our work online. And now, things that we did as part of our professional practice, that is standard professional practice, has been stolen. Pete, do you know how, like, fucking long and irritating it is to take pictures that are good enough to put in a portfolio? Like, people are like, oh, just put it in your portfolio. Like, a portfolio is not like a thing that you just carry around no more. It's like, you gotta take pro-level pics. You gotta, on top of all this others, you gotta be able to take pro-level fucking pictures so that you can put them on the internet, so some asshole can come along in 5 years and steal all your shit. Like, people are not taking them pictures and putting them up necessarily just because they want, it's like, oh, well, you just wanted people to tell you that you were good. I don't give a shit. Like, I was working. I was showing in galleries. That is why I had an online portfolio. Not so that some tech butthole could come along and steal the fucking ideas out of my brain. Like, bitch, I was trying to get grants, okay? I was not thinking about, like, tech assholes. Because who was? Like, everybody in the corpo world's told that they have to write these cover letters and they have to do this. It's like, if you put your shit up on LinkedIn hoping to get a better job than you do now, and then someone stole it and pretended to be you, and then now you don't have a job no more, how would you feel about that? Because that is what is happening. It's like, if people are confused about why people were putting their stuff online, that's why! Oh yeah, they got, like, people's private photos. They got, like, CSA up in there. They got corn. They got all kinds of shit. And they're just like, whoopsie doopsie, it's all just in the pile. Like, you know, they're just going to take everything and just pile it all together because all of that stuff's worth the exact same to these people. It makes you want to go over to their house, take all of their furniture, break it up into little pieces, and throw it in a pile in their living room and be like, well, it's just a pile. Oh, was that your bed you were sleeping in? Well, now it's the pile. I'm gonna use it to, you know, fertilize my garden later.
I'll clean you in.
Oh, you thought you owned that? No, bitch. It's in the pile now. None of these people are gonna see paradise. Anyone who made this AI garbage the way that it is now, people who stole from everybody, took people's like private stuff and then just decided to steal it, and the people who argue that that was okay, none of y'all are gonna see paradise. Unless you change your ways. And fucking apologize. And make some amends. Every single one of these people should be required to put a fucking $1 million into a grant program for underserved, underprivileged artists. And I personally would like to give them a little punch directly in the sternum. Who the fuck do you think you are? Not enough to really hurt somebody, you know, permanently, but enough to make them think.
Really pissing me off.
There is no way this shit survives these lawsuits. Like, y'all took Disney's IP. That's not gonna survive. These people are so blatant that they literally asked Scarlett Johansson to be their AI voice, and when she said no, they just did it anyway. After they asked her, and after she said no. And she is mega famous. Like, if they'll do that to someone as mega famous as Scarlett Johansson, they'll do it to anybody. I mean, Disney may have started to fiddle around with AI too. That was just an example, but like, some big companies gonna be like, no the fuck you don't. And like, the thing with Disney, and like, if Disney doesn't do it, Nintendo very well might, because like, they do not play, is that American copyright law or it's trademark law, but it's basically, if you don't protect your copyrights and trademarks, then you could lose them. That's part of the law. It's weird, but it is part of it. If you don't like proactively defend your IP, then, you know, it's just like, do they want to fire people more than they want to protect their IP? I guess we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's because of the way that American copyright law is, and because of the kind of status of American media, everybody's kind of playing along with our rules. And the status of that is like, that little wrinkle is where I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. And we've got like finally some, like, you know, I was like, when are YouTubers gonna get in on actually covering this besides the people who, like, you know, normally have this as their like beat? And like, well, it turns out at the point that they started stealing from YouTubers, like, and I'm just like, would you wait for that for? They're gonna steal from everybody. That one's an especially sick instance because what was scraped from the YouTubers was subtitles, and not YouTube's like auto captioning, but the subtitles that people have to either do the labor to set themselves, and I've done it. It is time intensive, or you have to pay someone to do it. I pay a service to do my subtitles. And that's why they're not on every video. They're not on the VODs because it would be too expensive. What I make on Twitch would not cover one VOD. Because it's expensive. Because it should be. And, like, they took people's, like subtitles that they deliberately made, like, good on purpose with time and money. Because accessibility is important, and that's what they ripped off. This whole thing is a sickness. I mean, and it's mostly being driven by the, like, capital and managerial class, because these people think that nobody, like, since what they do is not work, and none of them are doing work, because stealing shit from people is not work. That's just crime. Like, they're like, well, we could just replace people with robots, because God knows you could replace me with a robot. And it's like, yeah, but that's only the managers and CEOs that you could replace with a robot, because y'all don't got real jobs. You're not actually doing work. Nothing you do matters.
Thank you.
That's why you think it's easy to replace people. Because nothing you do is important. Because you're not actually doing the work part. Pixie says the other group driving it are the people with more ego than talent when it comes to art. I mean, certainly people are like... Because I said to Josh, like, I don't know who likes this, and he's like, does anyone like it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, certainly I've seen people advocating for it, but those people are, like, wrong about everything anyway, usually. Like, some of these people have not found an issue they could be right about in, like, 10 years. But, like, I don't know, maybe the people flooding into the comments of everyone who's trying to talk about this, maybe those people are bots. Or maybe they're just not... Maybe they're just operating on a... I don't know how to say that in a kind way, so I'm just gonna move on. It's extremely grim. I hope it doesn't discourage people from putting on subtitles. It's not, I mean, I did look, none of my stuff was in there because, like, which is not surprising because, it doesn't even seem like they, I mean, like, they clearly were looking for, like, larger creators, but also it seemed like they were looking for, like, specific topics, and, you know, you can look at my YouTube views and see that I'm, you know, frequently working with fairly niche topics. So I'm not surprised my stuff didn't show up, but even if it did, I'd be pissed about it, but I'm still gonna put subtitles on because, like, you know, as much as I possibly can, because, like, I know it's important because I use subtitles, and so I hope that, like, people will continue to do it. You know, it's I know it's been kind of a struggle to get people to understand that it's important. Alright, well then, I don't have time to go do the thingy. You know what, fuck it, let's just do it. But yeah, I have seen some people be like, or maybe I'll just say this and, I can fight a dude. I have had people up in my comments saying stuff to me about how, like, you know, I had somebody try me out with, like, isn't it ableist of you to say that, you know, what if people are disabled and they can't make art? And I was just like, is it not ableist of you to think that, I'm like, I'm disabled and I make art. Isn't it ableist of you to say that the only way that disabled people can make art is by stealing? Because I think that it is. I think that's a pretty fucked up thing to say. Stop making up hypotheticals. That's what I would say to these people. Stop making up fucking hypotheticals. What if this? What if that? Like, oh well, what if the stuff in the AI wasn't stolen? It is though. It is stolen. So I don't care about that. And it's like, well, but what if someone was disabled? Disabled people make art all the time. There's accessibility tools that disabled artists have invented. Art isn't all about fine motor control and drawing, and people draw with their feet. Like, if you want, you know, you may have to adjust some of the things that you do, but, like, it's usually still, like, people can still make things. If you have it in you to make things, you will figure out a way to do it. Because it's, if I'm not making things, I start to feel wrong inside my heart. And, like, if that's the kind of person you are, you'll find a way to do it, because it makes you feel whole. It makes you feel like yourself. And, like, it's like, oh, well, but what if this, what if, I don't care about none of that. Like, what about the stealing? I've seen several artists who have serious physical disabilities speak out against AI images and promote their own art. Yeah, I mean, like, the idea that, like, oh, that you can, like, loophole out this, like, global wholesale stealing from an entire group of people, that you can loophole that out by being like, did you know that disabled people exist? I'm like, do you know any artists? Because it doesn't sound like you do. Because disabled people make art. Like, what are you talking about? It's so insulting. Like, don't come here acting like you're, like, you know, like, well, what if people can't see pictures in their head? I can't see pictures in my head and I make art. Well, but what if, but what about collage? No, I make collage. There's ethical ways to make collage. We sorted that out 100 years ago. Try again. You know, like, well, it always comes down to, well, I can't draw. So? So what? So what? So what? Like, you're coming here and telling me that it's okay for people to steal from me and everyone like me my entire life's work, and then you wanna cry that you can't draw to me, and you expect that to mean anything to me? I've spent my whole life on this stuff. You could have taken a month to learn anything, but you didn't. And so now you want to, like, be like, but I didn't learn how to draw. And then there's suddenly people who never gave a shit about art and made fun of artists their entire life are discovering a soul deep insane that they don't know how to draw. No, you didn't. I don't believe you. That's a lie. Because if that was true, you'd already be drawing. The end. And art, and they're always like, well, but I can't draw. And it's like, there's so many mediums of art. They're not all just drawing. They're not. Like, it's just like the person who was like, that's the same thing that people said about cameras, or about photography in the 1920s. And I was so good, y'all. I was so good. I did not write this person the 5-paragraph art history answer that I just about did. I just said, no, they didn't. That's not true. Because it's not. I'm like, okay, first of all, your dates are off. Significantly. Significantly off. The 20s? The 1920s? We had a whole part of art history that was just about, like, the introduction of photography into the visual arts is such an important historical thing that we talked about that for a long time. Because it took a long time for the tech to get good. You know, and like, yeah, it did change the visual arts, but like, you're acting like, these people are acting like artists are like, responded to the invention of the daguerreotype by being like, it steals my soul! And it's just like, that is simply not what happened at all! And a significant difference in the change of art is not even just down to photography, it's down to pigment changes, technological changes in how paint tubes worked. Like, different solvents being discovered. Like, there's so much that went into these changes. It's not just like, somebody took a Polaroid and then everyone got mad. Like, that is not what happened! It's not! Hadn't they practically invented a version of the instant camera by the 1920s? I mean, it was significantly further along than the daguerreotype by that point. I think they had more. I mean, like, before, see, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but like, wasn't Muybridge before that? I'm like, are you serious? Like, we had film by then, not just photography. What are you talking about? But it's like, the reason I didn't write the thing back, sometimes, this is the thing, is I'm like, art, and like, the history of art methods, different art movements. I just told y'all at the beginning of the stream how many art books I have. I have been checking books out of the library when I was a kid and reading them about art. It is the only thing I have cared about my entire life. The only thing I care more about than art is Josh and my cats. And like, I have cared about this since I was 2. And you don't care about it at all. And you're just making up bullshit. But it's like really hard. It's like that neurotypical or neurodivergent urge when someone's saying something incredibly wrong about your main special interest that like is so difficult to deal with, where you just want to be like, no man, that's not it. By the 1920s, the visual arts world had already formulated several, like, artistic movement responses. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're already up to Dada by the 20s. Like, we already have the urinal. What do you mean? Like, we had the ready-made was by the 20s, I think. Like, we've already moved through, like, fauvism, which nobody, like, I thought was cool, but, like, you know, is not super well remembered. But, like, I love fauvism. It, like, means wild beasts. I think I'm just like, are you thinking of film and and cubism? And it's like, no, this person's not thinking of anything. They're just repeating some ignorant, like, wrong crap they saw someone else say, and like, it's that fucking pyramid just goes down into hell. That's an iceberg that ends in hell. But it's like, art is it's not just, it's a process, right? Art is a process of, like, making things, but it is also a scholarly discipline with much material that has been written down about it that you could find out if you wanted to. But it's like, I don't want to find anything out, I just want to steal. Well, like... And the thing, too, that, like, kills me about it is I'm just like, you can go steal. If you, I mean, don't, you shouldn't. But, like, literally no one can stop you from using any of these things that are online right now. Nobody can stop you from using these things. Like, nobody can. Like, just, like, if you want to do it and, like, be a chud and a weirdo and a loser and a dweeb, you can do that. You can be a loser dweeb if you want. Nobody can stop you. But, like, artists are gonna say, this is theft, and we don't respect this. And, like, that's the part that they're the most mad about, which to me is like, what did you expect to happen? Right? Like, what did you expect people to say to you? And also, like, they're, you know, it's like, I wanted people to praise me. Meh. You put stuff online and people praise you. And it's just like, I mean, sometimes. But, like, a lot of, like, what do you think it's like to be an artist? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to ask these people sometimes. Like, what do you think happens? Because unless you're generating oil paintings, which is the gold standard of everyone agrees that is an art. Like, people are gonna be like, I don't know. And then, you know, it's like, I was thinking about it, and I do need to go, I'm way over. But y'all, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and all the backed ups, it's just like it's just all coming out. But we're just gonna have to live with it. Like, here's what I think is going on. These people remember some art kid that they went to, like, middle school with, and that art kid was, like, making some cool art for a middle school kid, and that the adults around them gave that kid a lot of praise. Because people do love to praise baby artists. That can be a problem if they go on later to secondary school, but it's a nice thing to do. You should encourage the babies in the things that they're interested in. But, like, these people saw some, like, middle school kid in their class get praise for making an art, and they are still pissed about it. And I'm just like, that's only for babies, though. That is not what it is like to be an adult artist. If you're just a person that has a skill that no one cares about and doesn't respect, congratulations. You're an artist. No one cares. Good job. You know, I mean, like, most people just don't fucking care. Which is fine. They don't have to. But, like, what do you think it's like? Do you think people are just, like, giving people rounds of applause every time they walk into a room? Like, what do you think artists are getting that you're not? I don't know what it is, but, like, you're definitely not going to get it by stealing. And the thing, too, is it's just, like, if you would try, right, even slightly, if these people would even slightly try, even if their stuff was shitty, actual artists would encourage them. They would be like, you're doing great, keep going, keep practicing, because, like, artists love to encourage other artists, but, like, what we don't love is when you're stealing. And then you want us to, like, pat you on the back for stealing from us? Who would do that? Come on! Jesus, look, I made this. No, you didn't. You didn't do anything. The art world equivalent of a pasty white boy looting Greg's. It's like if you went to McDonald's and stole a Big Mac and came home and were like, I'm a 4-star chef now, praise me. What are you doing? No, you're not. And you stole a hamburger. What'd you do that for? Weird. Maybe you could learn how to cook, but you're not going to this way. Oh, God. And I'm like, and everything that it puts out looks like garbage. But, alright, I'm over. My weed alarm went off. That's how I know I'm over. Alright, yo, I gotta go. Hopefully, it's true. The life of an ADHD stoner is difficult. I gotta go, y'all. I went on a similar rant yesterday. It just breaks my brain. Like, what are these people expecting to happen? Like, you came in my house and took a shit on my floor. You want me to congratulate you for that? Get out. I feel very passionately about this, and the only thing that I want is for it to burn to the ground. That is what I want. I want for it to burn to the ground, and I want the people who were stolen from to be compensated, because they should be. Nobody's going to jail because this is a civil matter, but these people should lose their companies. They should lose their shirts. They probably won't, but this shit should be shut down. That's simply that. Unfucking believable. Like, there's very little that I care about more than this. You know what I mean? Alright, y'all. Well, that's it for me. Hopefully y'all hopefully y'all had a good time. I had a good time. And, like, if you see this on a VOD later or something, you don't gotta leave me comments about how AI is great. I won't leave them. I'm not gonna read them, and I'll just hide you from the channel. Don't leave me weird comments. I'm telling you now. I will take them off. When I see them, which granted probably will take a while, because I'll look at that shit. Why would I do that? Since thank you to the chat, y'all rule. Thank you to people who come by and watch and don't chat, y'all rule too. Thank you for people who watch the VODs later, you rule. Just don't leave weird comments. And like, most of y'all don't, so, you know, I appreciate you. And, thank you most of all to my subscribers and our mods, Hawk and Forstein. My name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. This has been Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I'll see you on Friday if you can make it, and if you can't, I'll see you when I can. Gotta go. Goodbye.